Hey guys, I'm here with a review of the Sony Xperia. As someone who enjoys taking photos and videos with their phone, this is one of the phones I've been looking forward to the most. And after spending some time with it, I can confidently say this is unlike any other phone I've ever used. Now, a lot of phones nowadays are pushing up that resolution. There are presets for the Xperia Pro-I that will help you get the best possible results. One thing I should mention though is that while the main camera uses that 1-inch sensor, the other two cameras do not. The 16mm ultra-wide and the 50mm equivalent telephoto both use a much smaller 1/2-inch sensor. But I understand why Sony didn't include one. This is already a very thick phone. Adding a flippin' screen would have made it even thicker and heavier. And this is a phone you'll be holding in your hand for long periods of time. So I get why they didn't add that extra bulk. I would have loved to see Sony use that 1-inch sensor across all three cameras. It's a bit disappointing that they didn't. But if you're serious about photography or videography, this is the phone you've been waiting for. It's a phone that lets you create, and it's a really fun phone to use. Thanks for watching our review of the Xperia Pro-I. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe for more reviews like this. Then a lot of other flagship phones and considerably less than a new mirrorless camera with a nice lens. The phone's 4500 mAh battery is able to get me through a full day of mixed usage, which is important since there's no wireless charging on this phone. It does support 30-watt fast charging, and you can charge the phone from 0 to 100 in under an hour. They're going to 48 megapixels, 64 megapixels, even 108 megapixels. But by using larger individual pixels, the Xperia Pro-I can maintain detail while reducing noise. You can use these apps to adjust things like focus peaking, white balance, frame rate, and shutter speed. You can even enable a histogram to make sure you're properly exposing your video. And Sony's apps even let you customize the button on the side of the Xperia Pro-I to be a shutter button. This way, you can use your thumb to press record instead of having to tap the screen. Both apps come with eye autofocus, which works surprisingly well. It lets you select the part of the frame that you want your subject SI to be in, and it does a really good job of keeping that eye in focus. And it works for both photos and videos. The object tracking feature is also very accurate, and it can track a face, a body, or an object. And the Xperia Pro, I can keep track of whatever you're filming, even if it goes off screen. All of these pro features turn the Xperia Pro-I into a fully functioning cinema camera. But the best part is, you don't need a tripod or a gimbal. You can walk around, run around, do whatever you want, and the Xperia Pro-I is going to stabilize that footage for you. The combination of a larger sensor and lens also provides more natural depth of field, making it easier to separate your subject from the background and giving your photos a more DSLR-like look. That said, the Xperia Pro-I is also great for everyday point-and-shoot photography. You don't need to worry about getting the right settings or composition. You can just snap a photo and get a great result every time. And the colors are fantastic on this phone. You can shoot in either the standard setting, which is going to give you more of a true-to-life color, or vivid, which is going to give you a more saturated and punchy color. This is a phone that was made for people who are serious about photography and videography. But is it actually good enough to replace your mirrorless camera and your phone? Let's find out. The first thing you notice when you pick up the Xperia Pro-I is how big the camera bump is. It's one of the biggest camera bumps I've ever seen on a phone. But it's not just for show. That large camera bump is housing a 1-inch sensor. Most smartphones use sensors that are about 1/3 the size of that, so a 1-inch sensor on a phone is incredibly rare. The larger sensor on the Xperia Pro-I lets in significantly more light, which means your photos will be sharper and clearer, especially in low light situations. Also, because there's so much more room on that 1-inch sensor, you can have a bigger aperture. On the Xperia Pro-I, the main camera has a variable aperture that switches between f2.0 and f4.0. Being able to change your aperture gives you more control over how your photos and videos look. If you want a shallower depth of field, like if you're taking a portrait photo, then you can open up that aperture to f2.0 to blur out the background. Or if you want everything in the frame to be sharp, then you can close down that aperture to f4.0. Smartphone cameras usually just have one fixed aperture, so having this kind of control is very uncommon. The Xperia Pro-I takes these pro-level features even further with a 24mm equivalent lens and a 12-megapixel resolution. If you're really serious about your photography, you can transfer all of your photos and RAW files to your computer and edit them in Lightroom. As great as the Xperia Pro-I is for photos, where it truly shines is on the video side. If you're a content creator or YouTuber, this is the phone you've been waiting for. This is the first smartphone that lets you record in 4000 at up to 120 frames per second. And what that means is you can record silky smooth 4K footage and then pull that footage to 24 or 30 frames per second for a beautiful slow motion effect to make that video as cinematic as possible. The Xperia Pro-I offers a bunch of different looks that you can choose from straight out of the box. These are called styles, and they let you tweak things like color, saturation, sharpness, and more. This is pretty standard stuff. What isn't standard is the ability to import your own LUT. If you're familiar with filmmaking, you probably already know how useful LUTs can be. We'll have a link in the description below for the loot packs we used in our video. Now, if you're serious about making videos, you're probably going to want to use Sony's Pro apps, which are designed to give you more control over your footage. Now, one thing I do wish the Xperia Pro-I had was a side articulating screen that would have made it easier to film yourself or set up shots next to the camera. The Xperia Pro-I's display is another area where it really excels. Powering the Xperia Pro-I is Qualcomm's Snapdragon 888 processor, which might not be the latest chip, but it's still very fast and responsive. It comes with 12 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of internal storage. You can expand that storage with a micro SD card, which is something you don't often see on flagship phones anymore. That processor is more than powerful enough to handle anything you throw at it, whether you're doing 4000 video editing, gaming, or multitasking. So, would I use the Xperia Pro-I to replace my mirrorless camera? No, I wouldn't. There are still dedicated cameras that are going to give you a higher quality image. The Xperia Pro-I is meant to supplement your gear, not replace it. But if you were planning to buy a new mirrorless camera anyway, the Xperia Pro-I is good enough that you may not even need that secondary camera for everyone else. This is a top-of-the-line flagship phone that's built to last. It's got a premium aluminum frame and Gorilla Glass Victus on the front and back, a 3.5mm headphone jack and stereo speakers. But my favorite part of the design is the texture on the back of the phone. It's got a nice grip to it, which makes sense considering this is a phone you'll be holding up for long periods of time when taking photos and videos. The Xperia Pro-I is also a great value. It comes in at $1,299, which is overall, the Sony Xperia Pro-I is unlike any other phone I've ever reviewed. It's Not for everybody.